it shouldn't throw you. Okay. And read into a microphone, just soft.
You need for anything?
Enough that they'll hear, not enough to freak everyone out. So
Whatever
good.
you need help with.
Okay, you got only a couple
No,
minutes,
no,
so
just want to make sure.
All right.
Hot mic. We got a hot mic.
Make sure everybody's got a program because I want to give them all away.
Hot mic.
Maybe let's wait till about 5 after. Is that okay? Let's wait till 5 or so after.
Oh yeah, definitely. There's still people coming in. And I still haven't even had a chance to look at this yet. What part of my game is
It
this?
says Chad Souter. Anywhere it
That
says,
says Chad Souter.
yeah, it'll say when you stop, it'll be somebody.
Yeah, let's run through it, I guess.
All this?
Yep.
Is the mic on?
the mic should be on.
Is that all right?
Hello? Oh, there we go. All right, we good.
Go for it.
And then
They're all lined up?
Scout Leader 1 is Chase. SPL.
What
Okay.
do I? Who am I calling?
If you're, yeah. Usually I'll write it out. But, no, so what you're saying is Steve Williams and Romaine standing for the color. He's going to call up Trevor. Okay? That's all Trevor. Regular stuff. Okay, and then this, okay, yeah, you probably ought to introduce this. Even though I didn't write it, go ahead and introduce this. And then Chase is going to read the first part, the Scout Oath. And then in here, they'll start with the, Chase. The SPL.
Just go for the first one.
Yeah, I didn't know who was going to do it until they told me.
Y'all ready?
Yep. Okay, now they're going to start doing the, yeah.
Oh, that's what
In scouting, as in most activities of life, there are rules. The rules of scouting are found in the 12 points of the Scout Law. As a candle is lit for each point of the Scout Law, let us pay careful attention to the words and rededicate ourselves to the principles contained in those words. A scout tells the truth. They keep their promises. Honesty is part of their code of conduct.
And again, this is a run through. You don't have to sit here and listen.
A scout is true to their family, friends, scout leaders, school nation, and world community.
You just have a short part right here. This is you, right? And then you call them back up. Stop on the slide. All right, guys, switch it to Smith.
Because we're live streaming, anything they say here, they're not hearing on the airwaves. So is there any way for you to start there and they can say their piece here?
Okay.
Yeah, your part here should be from this podium. All of the stuff you do is from the
So
podium.
but these guys know to come here to say their spot, right?
Yeah, I can. Yeah,
You said that with such confidence, I'm
Yeah,
exuberant.
I have to make sure they know.
Okay,
I'll
you
tell them.
understand?
Yeah.
All right. We've already got one person online waiting to watch, so we good?
Excuse me.
Are we good? We got somebody online waiting on us.
Okay.
We're started.
Yes,
We're,
we're practicing.
I know. Yeah, I know. I know. I'm not worried about that.
I think the one thing that
We're going to continue practice.
Steve
Or
and I
do we
talked
start?
about today, because of the length of it, it would be better with the memory boxes to do stuff that is for multiple scouts here.
A scout is a friend to all. They are brothers to others. They are brothers to other scouts. They seek to understand others. They respect those with ideas and customs that are different from their own.
Yeah. So the memory box, I think, should we just cut off because I'm going to pay this part. Yes. me to do part of it?
A scout is polite to everyone, regardless of age or position. They know that good manners make it easier for people to get along together.
We'll never know, or they'll never know that you didn't follow the script. Yeah, don't get nervous. Okay. The main thing is to make sure they go eat dinner. That's the number one priority. Right at the end.
A scout understands there is strength in being gentle. They treat others as they want to be treated. They do not harm or kill anything without
This is
reason.
a meal, but I just want to make sure people understand that everybody's invited for dinner. After people leave.
Scout is obedient.
A scout follows the rules of his family, school, and troop. They obey the laws of their community and country. If they think the rules and laws are unfair, he tries to have them changed in an orderly manner rather than disobey them.
A scout is cheerful.
A scout looks for the bright side of life. They cheerfully do takes that come their way. They try to make the others happy. A scout works to pay his way and to help others. They save for the future. They protect and conserve nature resources. They carefully use time and property.
You need to sort out the Esmond stuff anyway. All right. One through complete. Okay. Go back to sort out you guys in the scout section. I think our scout run-throughs are about done, so we're gonna sort out a couple more things real quick. Should be another couple minutes.
Benjamin.
Sir. They think when just so if I remember, that's how you're supposed to say it. Also, are we supposed to be up here when we start? Yes, we're up here.
They want the scout experts want to know what they do when they get exams.
Awesome.
The scout exports,
It's just exports. Just one examples. Bring it right there.
so like they're gonna all get called up, and
Yeah.
then when the family members are called, stand up, and then the scout will go to their family. Everyone?
Yeah.
We good?
They're not even all up here yet. There's one missing. Oh, there we go. All right. Good afternoon. My name is Chad Souter, the current Scoutmaster for Troop 56. I am pleased to serve as the Master of Ceremonies. Today, we have a special opportunity to honor 4 Scouts who have obtained the rank of Eagle. The Scouts include Benjamin Sean Dutchman, please stand and remain standing. Clayton Alexander Struby, Nathan Duck Nguyen, Paul Prince Masters. You can read about their accomplishments in the program. They are all from the senior class at Atascocita High School and will be graduating in a few weeks. They, along with Adrian Kinsey, made a total of 5 Scouts from the Troop 56 that are obtaining Eagle rank from the Humble ISD class of 2023. This is a remarkable accomplishment for them all and an excellent number of Eagles from Troop in a single graduating class. As you may be aware, they chose to do this Court of Honor together, even though they obtained their rank over a period of 2 years. This is indeed a special day in the life of these Scouts and Eagles. You may sit down. All right. I would also like to remind you all that it will be dinner honoring our new Eagles immediately following the ceremony. Let's see here. What else? Oh, Mr. Chad Smith will not be joining us. He is off in South Florida with his father, so I think Harry Drew will be taking his spot tonight. Let's see what else. Oh, would you all please rise for the invocation? Steve Williams will be giving our invocation.
A Scout is reverent. Great Scoutmaster of the universe, we come before you with grateful hearts. We are grateful for the lives of these 4 young men who have climbed to the highest peak of scouting, who have been guided by caring adults and scout leaders and merit badge counselors, who have been nurtured by loving parents and sponsors. We are so grateful for the lives of these young men, and we are hopeful for the future that they represent. Attaining Eagle is something that we know that not everybody gets to do. And to have 4 in one school in 1 year, 5 in one graduating class, all from the same troop, speaks to the love and blessings that you have showered upon this troop. We thank you for that. And we thank you for everybody here and those online for being a part of this ceremony to celebrate these young men. In your heavenly name we pray. Amen. Trevor Sutter will now perform the call. Troop 56 will carry the colors.
Scouts attention, color guard attention. Audience, please rise. Color guard, forward march. Color guard, halt. Color guard, prepare to post the colors. Toast the colors. Scout salute. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. 2. Color Guard, reform. Color Guard, return to post. Color Guard, halt. Scouts at ease, Color Guard at ease. Audience may be seated.
All right, Chase, come on up.
The Boy Scout oath has traditionally been considered to have 3 promises. Those 3 promises are delineated by the semicolons in the oath, which divide it into 3 clauses. The 3 promises of the Scout oath are therefore duty to God and country, duty to other people, and duty to self. Duty to God and country. Your family and religious leaders teach you to know and serve God. By following these teachings, you do your duty to God. Many men and women of the past worked to make America great, and many gave their lives for their country. By being a good family member and a good citizen, by working for your country's good and obeying its laws, you do your duty to your country. Obeying the Scout law means living by its 12 points. Duty to other people. Many people need help. A cheery smile and a helping hand make life easier for others. By doing a good turn daily and helping when you're needed, you prove yourself a Scout and do your part to make this a better world. Duty to self. Keeping yourself physically strong means taking care of your body. Eat the right foods and build your strength. Staying mentally awake means learn all you can, be conscious, and ask questions. Being morally straight means to live your life with honesty, to be clean in your speech and actions, and to be a person of strong character. All Scouts of past and present, please rise and join me in the Scout oath and Scout sign. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. 2, please be seated. In Scouting, as in most activities of life, there are rules. The rules of Scouting are found in the 12 points of the Scout Law. As a candle is lit for each point of the Scout Law, let us pay careful attention to the words and rededicate ourselves to the principles contained in those words.
A Scout is trustworthy.
A Scout tells the truth. They keep their promises. Honesty is a part of their code of conduct.
A Scout is loyal.
A Scout is true to their family, friends, Scout leaders, school, nation, and world community.
A Scout is helpful.
A Scout is concerned about other people. They willingly volunteer to help others without expecting payment or reward. A Scout is a friend to all. They are brothers to other Scouts. They seek to understand each other. They respect those other ideas and customs that are different from their own.
Scout is thrifty.
A Scout works to pay his way and to help others. They save for the future. They protect and conserve natural resources. They carefully uses time and property.
A scout is clean.
A scout keeps their body and mind fit and clean. They go around with those who believe in living by these same ideals. They help keep their own home and community clean.
A scout is reverent.
A scout is reverent toward God. They are faithful in their religious duties. They respect the beliefs of others.
Hey. Oh, never mind. Sorry. All right, now Mr. Harry Drew, Flaming Arrow District Leader, will explain the advancement to Eagle.
The Boy Scouts of America recognizes your achievements by awarding badges of rank. The first three are Tenderfoot, Second Class, and First Class. Next comes Star and Life. The highest rank is Eagle. Our Scout Handbook tells us, though you can advance at your own pace, active Scouts usually earn First Class within a year, and then older Scouts usually advance one rank a year. The first award is Scout. To earn this award, a new Scout must agree to live by the Scout Oath and law and complete a number of other assignments. Tenderfoot requirements offer a taste of the great adventures awaiting you in Scouting and can give you the basic skills you'll need to begin taking part in those adventures. You met many challenges in earning your Tenderfoot badge. To earn Second Class, a Scout must learn how to use a map and compass, how and when to build a campfire, and to safely use pocket knives and wood tools. Second Class Scouts have proven their abilities in camping, first aid, swimming, and other Scout skills. The founder of Scouting, Lord Baden-Powell, said that all Scouts should earn First Class. Now that you have tested yourself even more, you have tried greater adventures and practiced your Scout skills many times. With your confidence and knowledge you now have, people will expect more of you, and you will expect more of yourself. You are prepared to be more of a leader in your patrol, your troop, and in your community. As you earn your Star rank, you have more freedom to choose the directions that interest you. The focus shifts from basic Scout skills to earning the first 6 merit badges you will need for Eagle. Requirements now include service to others. The Star rank also requires the Scout to be active in his troop for at least 4 months. Of course, you may take longer if you wish. In addition, the Star Scout must serve his troop in a position of responsibility for at least 4 months and take part in at least one service project. Life rank is one of the rarest ranks. This is the last rank before Eagle. You have earned more than half of your merit badges required for Eagle. The Life rank also requires the Scout to be active in their troop for at least 6 months, serve their troop in a position of leadership for at least 6 months, and take part in at least one other service project. The Eagle is the highest recognition that Scouting offers to Scouts. It is earned through this advancement program, and only a small percentage of people who begin in Scouting receive this honor. The wearer of the Eagle Award is the epitome of Scouting's best efforts and beliefs. 3 areas of your life are considered to determine your worthiness to wear the Eagle rank. The The first consideration is the examination of the candidate's proficiencies in the various crafts and skills prescribed in the requirements for Eagle Award. The Scout must earn 21 merit badges, and of those, there are 13 required for all Scouts to earn. The Eagle candidate presented a record of merit badges he earned and the advancement he has accomplished. These records are carefully checked. The candidate has been certified by council and approved by the national office. The Sam Houston Area Council's Board of Review has found that he has completed all required merit badges. The second consideration for Eagle Award is leadership. The Sam Houston Area Council carefully reviewed the record of his candidate's performance in his leadership positions. They found all positions held in a troop and Eagle service project to meet the requirements of the Eagle Award. They found that the candidate displayed his capacity and his willingness to exert leadership in activities that are constructive and worthwhile to his community. They believe he is qualified to receive the Eagle Award. Last, but certainly not least, is the Scout's character. Sam Houston Area Council has reviewed letters of recommendation from leaders, teachers, and many others regarding the candidate. It is the finding of the Board of Review that this candidate has put into practice in his daily life the principles of the Scout Oath and Law. They believe that all 4 of them will continue these habits after receiving the Eagle Award. Tonight, it's my privilege to read a poem that was written many years ago by the father of Troop 56's first Scoutmaster, Mr. Brad Schreiner. His father wrote this poem for his son's troop and has been handed down to Troop 56 and read at many Eagle Courts of Honor over the years. This poem is The Eagle Scout. On an eternal morning, a young bird looked down from his nest at the brilliant blue sky above him. Everyone must learn who he is, his parents told him. Some are born to live in the water, some on the ground, some under the ground, but birds are born to fly. As he flapped his tender wings, he determined he would be the best flyer any bird had ever been. Day by day, he proudly watched his spindly legs grow stronger, his talons sharper, and his feathers longer, his beak more pointed. Then the time came for him to claim his birthright. He pushed himself out of the nest, and his wings lifted him on a current of air. What a glorious feeling it was to learn that with each flap of his wings he could gain more altitude. Upward and upward, he flew until he was high above the valley. In the days that followed, he learned how to find his own food and do everything necessary to make his life wonderfully enjoyable. It is not known if he ever learned how famous he became. History books tell about him, so it must be true. When the greatest nation on earth formed its first government, this bird was selected as its emblem. It is interesting to note that among people, when one person distinguishes himself by accomplishing what others are unable or unwilling to do, they call this person by the name of that bird. They call him an eagle. And gentlemen, a copy of this poem has already been placed in your memory books.
Thank you, Mr. Drew. By becoming an Eagle Scout, you gain more than a silver medal and a red and white and blue ribbon to wear. You also gain some important responsibilities. I'd like to ask Mr. Harry Drew to come outline some of those responsibilities to you.
The Eagle Scout Charge. The Boy Scouts of the world constitute one of the most wholesome and significant movement in history, and the 4 of you have been counted worthy of its highest rank in its membership. All who now you rejoice in your achievement. Your position, as you know well, is one of honor and responsibility. You are a marked man. As an Eagle Scout, you have assumed a solemn obligation to do your duty to God, to country, to your fellow Scouts, and mankind in general. This is a great undertaking. As you live up to your obligations, you bring honor to yourself and to your brother Scouts. If you fail, you bring down the good name of all true and worthy Scouts. Your responsibility goes beyond your fellow Scouts, to your country and your God. America has many good things to give you and your children after you. But these good things depend on the qualities she instills in her citizens. You are prepared to help America in all that she needs most. She has a great past, and you are here to make her future brighter. I charge you to undertake your citizenship with solemn dedication. Be a leader, but lead only toward the best. Lift up every task you do and every office you hold to the high level of service to God and your fellow man, to finest living. We have too many who have used their strengths and their intelligence to exploit others for selfish gains. I charge you to be among those who dedicate their skills and ability to the common good. Build America on a solid foundation of clean living, honest work, unselfish citizenship, and reverence for God. Whatever others may do, you will leave behind you a record which every Scout may be proud. Many times over the last few years, we've joined with your fellow Scouts in repeating the Scout Oath. Now you will stand before your family and friends and repeat a new oath, the Eagle Scout Promise. Okay, we'll stop up there for the slideshow to see their exploits.
Well, I guess while we're watching this in silence, I can talk about a few of the moments. I think this is probably from a very early camp out of mine. That is from Northern Tier. A lot of time we spent wading through swamps and mud, and Ricky can attest to that, that's for sure. Tasted great. There's our after trek picture. That is, what was it, Shonda the Honda, the car in the back? I think that's what it was called, right? And here's Sea Base. Yep, that was fun, canoeing, living on an abandoned island, you know, the works. Let's see what else. I think that's me. Oh yeah, that is me. I recognize the shirt. Rappelling, Australian style. It was Mineral Wells. My first climbing camp out. It was Philmont, which 3 out of the 4 of us went on. Clayton and Paul are somewhere in that picture. Okay. That was a nice one. First Kingfish. Very hard fighters, that's for sure. Let's see. Oh, yeah. It was summer camp. I think one of the few pictures in the slideshow which has all 4 of us. Yeah. Here you go. You want to talk about yourself?
That's me as a Weeblo. That's me trying not to laugh at the Arrow of Light ceremony. I was very young. They're the Taylor boys. 1. Is that 1? This is the first summer camp. Look at us. We're short. Ben has a hat. Look at that hat. That's a good hat though for camping. Keeps the sun off of you. There's me prepared for backpacking. I think. Yeah. Yeah, it was like middle school. I have a funny story about that camp out. We're not going to talk about it though. Adrian caught a pufferfish though. The only moment we were serious. I have a pen? That's a lot. Horseback riding? Yeah, I stole Ben's jacket. I forgot my jacket. It's Texas. It's supposed to be hot. Yes, kayaking, I believe. What was important about that? First time with the sister troop, I think? That was really it. I got like an absurd amount of air badges. I don't know what that is. Well, I know it's Robert Greene. I don't know what the context is, other than I'm getting stuff. Try to do my devotion. Ben's bothering me. Rock and Mineral Show would recommend. Fending off the beasts of the olden days. I can't carve wood. Yeah, no, that's a wooden and painted canoe and paddle. It's not fun to get up at 6 o'clock, all right? Just. Ben and Ricky are holding hands. I'm awkwardly standing next to us. I don't know what that is. I know it's COVID, but I know it's me. That mask smells horrible. That's us building for the Eagle Scout project. Nathan and his brother, Amelia, Ben. Here's Nathan's.
No records of me in Cub Scouts, not that I know of. This is us, all of us taking our pictures at the same bridge outside of Ben's neighborhood. This is on the brochure. If you want details on that, you can read the brochure. That's Daniel Boone, right? Yeah, it's Daniel Boone. I'm in the middle. I don't know where I am in this image. I'm somewhere in there. Probably somewhere in the front. That's also on the brochure. On the back, actually. On the cake. I am laughing next to Ben right in the middle of the picture. Probably 12 years old. That is Patrick Keel doing a dab in the middle of the stage. We love that for him. Probably blocking the light, but it's funny to imagine this is the same picture. I do not know why I'm wearing those white shorts in the middle of a campout. I've seen this picture twice and I still don't know what this is from. probably sitting down. I remember this camp out. I don't know what the content was, though. Was it horseback riding? We did play on the playlist. Who is coordinating this? It is Twin Arrows, you're right. That's NYLT. Why don't you have any pictures from? Yeah, it's the closing ceremony. Yeah, it's NYLT. He's got the Utah. That looks like the same one from the Patrick Teal picture. Oh wait, no, I'm on the left side now. That's my brother. I can't even recognize myself and my brother. Man, don't cap on Devin. Oh my. I'm so short. Yeah, I really did. Ben was trying to catch a turtle here. He was trying to put his hand in the water to catch a turtle. Oh. It's hard to look at the microphone and the pictures, though. This isn't Cub Scouts. That's when we met, yeah. This looks like... Which camp out is this? Oh, that's the old trailer, isn't it? Oh, is that the new one? The old one's... Was the old one yellow, or... I don't know. Oh, I remember this. Yeah. Is this a sing or is this a skit? I can't tell. Oh no, that was when I got the award for swimming? I think that was the swimming award. Used to.
What's up? That's me in the photo shoot. It's pretty cool. I had the wrong thing, or I had a different thing on than everyone else. It was kind of awkward, but there's all my accomplishments. Yeah, mile swim was pretty fun. It was very fun. Yeah, that's Clayton. Who made this? Yeah, that was my Pinewood Derby car, won funniest in the pack. Angry Birds, I was proud of that. Yeah, that's me. I still have that backpack actually. It's just Paul on the back. Yeah. Yeah. I think that might be the only thing I have from back then. That's me on my Eagle Scout project, directing. With my I was about to say my temporary ID on. Yeah. That's Philmont. Well, I'm in that one, so it's probably not this one. I was on the right. Oh, and that's my dog, Rose. She's bigger now, but she's still cute. English Bulldog, or English Bulldog Australian Shepherd mix. I don't know if that's, I think that, don't know if that's me. It could be. That is me. Yeah. You can tell because I have the same little thing on my shoulder. That's, yeah. That's me and Johnny. Shout out Johnny. That's also me. I like that picture. I don't even know if that was a troop event, honestly. It might just be there. That's also me, but like a long time ago. I'm the one in the middle there. I'm on the left. Sorry, I feel like obligated to like fill the silence. That was kind of awkward. So I don't think I need to point out me there, but I lost that hat actually, and I was kind of angry about it for a little bit, but it's cool. And I'm in the left on by Adrian, between Adrian and Ben. So you can look for me there. And that's also me. And I'm on the right. Yeah, I looked at this beforehand actually, just so I could make sure that I was like knew where to direct y'all. Thank you.
I do want to point out one thing I was watching these videos before we get back to the serious part is I did find it amazing if you look on in the flyer that 3 of them completed the mile swim. The interesting thing about that, for those of you who've never been to summer camp, is they do the mile swim. They have to get up every morning before breakfast to go swim. And I'm looking at this thing of the boys who finished the mile swim, and I'm going, these boys never want to get up. I don't know how they got up to be able to get and finish the mile swim, but congratulations. And we all now know that they can get up early if they really want to. So now we'll get back to the serious part. Many times over the last few years, you've joined with your fellow scouts in repeating the scout oath. Now you will stand before your family and friends and repeat a new oath, the Eagle Scout promise. Though the words you will say are similar to those you've said many times before, today they will mean more to you than they ever have. When you pledge yourself in your sacred honor, you will be sealing your oath with the words which close the Declaration of Independence. I'd like all Eagle Scouts in the audience to please come forward and rededicate themselves by repeating the Eagle Scout promise with our new Eagle Scouts. Gentlemen, please stand and please come up to the front of the stage. If all the Eagle Scouts could come up and please stand behind them. Just right there's good. They'll stand behind you. Please make the Scout sign and repeat after me. I reaffirm my allegiance to the 3 promises of the Scout Oath. I thoughtfully recognize and take upon myself the obligations and responsibilities of an Eagle Scout. On my honor, I will do my best to make my training an example, my rank and my influence count strongly for better scouting and for better citizenship. In my troop, in my community, and in my contacts with other people. To this I pledge my sacred honor. 2. Now that you have taken this oath, your fellow scouts will present you with colors fitting your achievement. Gentlemen, get the neckerchiefs and put their eagle neckerchiefs around them. Ladies and gentlemen, your 4 new Eagle Scouts. Thank you to our historical Eagles. You may sit down.
Would the honor guard please escort the candidates' parents forward? Eagles, your parents have undoubtedly been the primary source of help and strength. No one will ever know the unnumbered acts of self-sacrifice and helpfulness from the mother of the Eagle Scout, which have led us to this day. I'd like your mother to pin on your Eagle medal onto your uniform. In recognition of your mother's devotion, please present her with this Eagle Mother's Pin. Your father has been the source of much advice and guidance along the Eagle Trail, so I'd like him to present the Eagle Scout certificate to you. Eagle Scout certificate. Fathers, or yeah. You got him? Wait a minute. The pin? Yeah, it says certificate, so. Sorry, it's the Eagle Father's pin. No. David. And now it gives me great pleasure to present to you the newest Eagle Scouts. Honor Guard, please escort the parents back to their seats. At this time, I would like to invite the Eagles to say a few words about their scouting experience, beginning with Benjamin Dutchman.
Right. Thank you, Mrs. Sauter. So, in best scouting tradition, I don't have a written speech prepared. I have a few things I'd like to talk about, so let's see where this goes. So, first things first, typically what I'm supposed to say up here is a reflection of what it was like to get my Eagle Award. As some of you may know, I got my Eagle February of 2021, so it's been a few years. Obviously, I have a few things I would like to say about that even then. First, I'd like to ask for one more round of applause for all the scouts, the parents, the adults, and everyone else who's been involved in helping all four of us get our Eagle ranks. And second, of course, while I'm up here, I'd like to congratulate all three of my fellow Eagle Scouts on the hard work that they put in to get the ranks. All of us have been through many, many hours of doing merit badges and finding that one requirement which we keep forgetting and have to do right before we do a court of honor, well, right before we have to do a border review or something. It was a fabulous, long, and winding journey. And now that I've talked about that, I'd like to reflect a little bit on what came after. For me, as I mentioned, it's been about 2 years since I've got my Eagle rank, and it's helped me do a few things. Some of you may know, right after I got my Eagle, I decided to start my own rocketry club. In fact, the two team leaders who helped me with that and the three guys who are in my class who helped me start that are sitting in the back today if you guys would like to stand. But yeah, with their help and together with the advice of other mentors and plenty of people from scouting, and especially with the experience I got from my Eagle rank, we were able to help a number of other people learn how to build rockets and how to lead. I've worked on many other endeavors since then. I've learned much in my journey with school, with God, and I feel as if the fact that I have my Eagle Award has changed my life for the better and has helped me a lot over these past 2 years. So for those scouts who are sitting in this section over here, I'd like to say, for those of you who are still, in Scout and Tenderfoot, the Eagle Award may seem a really long way away, and sometimes, especially with sports and other activities, you may not want to spend the time to get your Eagle rank. But I just want to say, getting your Eagle rank is one of the most important things you could do. It's something that will change how you think about the world, how you think about leadership, and how you think about yourself. So I'd encourage you to hit the books hard, hit your merit badges hard, and try to get Eagle Scout done. And now, with all that said, I believe that's everything. So I will allow the next Scout to speak.
Okay, can you hear me? Yeah. So I didn't know there was a speech. I don't think any of us knew. So I'm going to have to ad lib. So hear me out. Ben talked a lot about the, what do you call it? More of the Eagle side of scouting? I don't know. But I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, scouting, my Eagle career is kind of the accumulation of it and the looking back on it all. It's not really like the badge and the rank and all like the grandeur of the fancy patches and stuff, but it's more like the adventure and the journey that you go through it. The stories and the friends you make along the way, it sounds so stupid, are really the most fun part about scouting, because at the end of the day, the Eagle rank, while it's cool and it looks nice and people are like, wow, good for you, that really isn't the point of scouting in a way, but it's more of who you become to get to the Eagle rank. The challenges are there in order for you to become better through yourself, not just to be fancy and look cool. So for the younger scouts and other scouts that aren't Eagle, that you need to really take advantage of the time you have in scouting, because when you look back, you think of all the campouts you skipped because you wanted to sleep in and stuff, and you realize it was a waste because you could have gone out, done things most kids don't do anymore, explore in the woods, canoe, hike, backpack, all that stuff. And what are you doing? All of these stuff that you do throughout your scouting career, it allows you to appreciate this world that we live in a lot more throughout the nature, and it also allows you to understand and how to deal with people better, because you're a bunch of boys stuck in the woods. You learn how to have to get along or suffer the consequences, especially with high adventure like Philmont and stuff. It's really rough when you do it, but younger scouts, listen to me. It is very, very worth it to do high adventure, regardless of the pain. You look back on it, and Philmont is the only high adventure I went on, but those are my most vivid scouting memories out of everything I've done. It's also most recent, but that's besides the point. So that's about all I have to say. I give it up to Nathan now.
All right, let's continue the general theme of not having a speech prepared. Yeah, baby! I'd like to start off with congratulating the other Eagle Scouts and all the Eagle Scouts in the audience. Everyone made a hard journey to get to where they are. I'd also like to thank Ben and Clayton for inviting me to join them on this joint Eagle Scout Court of Honor, because I think a singular Court of Honor would be very awkward. Ben's waited like 2.5 years for this. On a different note about scouting, did everyone in the audience know that palm fronds are sharp and can cut you? Because I didn't. And I learned the hard way on my own Eagle Scout project when palm fronds almost cut me, and I think did cut someone else. Very small. It's okay, we fixed it. That's my main takeaway from Boy Scouts and the Eagle Scout journey in general, is that you learn new things, and unexpected things. It could be anything, really, like palm fronds cutting you, or meeting people like these guys, who are my friends for, I don't know, they choose to be friends with me. Or maybe I choose to be friends with them. What do you guys think? Did you say stop talking? Huh? Anyway, so for all of you younger scouts, Anytime an opportunity presents itself to you, try it. You might not like it, you may like it, but that's how you learn whether or not you will like it. For every time I moaned in bed about the day before a camp out, I never came out of a camp out detesting my choice to go. It's always been at least a fun experience. Don't squander your own chances because you don't want to do something. That's all.
Good evening. The Scout motto is be prepared. With this in mind, let's get into my speech. I just first want to say, I would not be here if I hadn't been supported by a lot of people along the way, including a lot of people in this audience. People from my beneficiary, all the Scout adults that made this possible, the Scoutmasters who are here, merit badge counselors, and the people sitting over there. I probably wouldn't be here if they weren't here either. So I just want to say thank you, and my parents. Sorry, I just want to say thank you to everyone here for showing your support to to not just me, but to all four of us tonight. From there, I just want to say, so I'm going to try and lead. Scouts are supposed to lead by example, and in my case, I haven't always done a great job of that. So I want to go ahead and say this now to all the Scouts in the audience: hit this hard while you can, because there's a reason I'm sitting on the last one there, and that's because I was the last one to get my Eagle, and it was very close. And if you have any intention of maybe being Eagle, hit this now, you won't regret it, it's worth it, trust me. And to the general audience, I also want to say, I mean, y'all are already following this because you're here, but as much as possible, get involved in things like this, because not necessarily in Scouts, but just in whatever you can, because it's stuff like this. If you just find something to do, something to get involved in, and put yourself in it, and put something in it, you can get so much back, either from earning an award like this, or from seeing someone you love and care for earn an award like this. And that means a lot to you and to anyone else involved. So, with all that in mind, that's all I have for today. So, yeah. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Scouts. Eagle Scouts. The Scouts each have tables set up in the lobby with things from their scouting career, all the way back from Cub Scouts, shirts and Pinewood Derby cars, and awards to their high adventure event. Okay. Please stop by and take a look at these displays. Some things are congratulatory letters and even flags that are flown over the Capitol in their honor. We invite fellow Scouts and friends to come forward and with stories and items from their memory box, for their memory box. We will have memories shared across multiple Scouts at this time. To get to dinner faster, we will be doing individual Scout stories during dessert time after dinner. We won't be, they're not going to be strict, but if you do have an individual story and you want to do it in front of everybody, then you're more than welcome to do that. Is there anybody that would like to come forward at this time and tell a story? All right.
All right. I'm so proud of all 4 of you for making it here today. Really glad that you decided to stick with it and reap the benefits of what Scouting has to offer. For the sake of time, I'm not going to delve into 4 different stories, so I'll only be exposing Ben today. The strongest memory I have of you, Ben, was when I first had my SBL leadership position, and I chose you to be my quartermaster. We were getting ready to go on a camp out. I think it was either camporee or backpacking, one of the two. And I had arrived late for reasons, and by the time I got there, you had everybody in a straight line. You had the camper all full of all the stuff. Everybody was getting ready to go into their cars. I just had to make sure everything was ready for us to dip. And I showed up, I took care of things, and you got so mad at me because I didn't let you finish. And I just couldn't picture why you were so upset because you had done your job. And as we progressed on in my scouting adventure, I had left but had eyes on you from distance, and I was able to see how all 4 of you were growing. It really was a joy to see you become who you are now, and how, though you never stopped taking anything you did seriously, you weren't so hard on yourself when things didn't work out how well they wanted to be. So for that and a plethora of other reasons, I'm so happy and proud of all 4 of you. Great job, guys.
So I was thinking about, I knew this was coming up, and I was reminiscing about all the different stories that I could have told with these people, because we were in the troop for so long. And as I was doing that, I realized a lot of them involved fire for some reason. So, starting with Paul, and I believe the other people were there too, but Paul is the main player in this story. We were in a patrol together, and we were cooking food. I think it was potato chips. And I was cooking them, and I was called away to go talk to the scout leaders for a little bit. And I told Paul to watch over the food while I was away. And so I started walking over there, and by the time I get there, they're yelling at me to come back, and I'm having trouble hearing them. And I turn around, and there's this giant fire underneath the pavilion coming out from the oil. And I yell out words that I probably shouldn't repeat here in the church, and rush over back. And I'm pretty sure it was Ben, the smart one, who ended up putting out the fire.
Yeah, but he ran clear across the camp to get a lid.
Yeah. Anyway, so, and no matter what Paul says, I definitely had it under control before I left, and it was 100% his fault. Just so, well, I have the microphone, I'm getting the story straight. And then the other story, back when I was SPL, Ben was my ASPL. And in the other story, he was smart with fire, but in this one, we were doing Scout Sunday, I think, so we were working with coals and the cobblers. And after we had done everything away, I had to leave early for some reason, so I put my ASPL in charge of getting rid of all the coals and making sure everything's wrapped up. Lo and behold, the next day or that afternoon, I hear from my mother, who works at the church, that the dumpster was set on fire because somebody didn't put the coals away properly. So, I just wanted to say thank y'all for such memorable times with Scouts, and y'all have been great, and I brought y'all so I can put fires away easier in the future.
Okay, so this camp out, I think it happened quite a while back. It was a cooking camp out. Fun thing about it was one of the patrols used a fruit punch on everything for some reason. But Ben was cooking a dessert. It was just a normal chocolate cake until he walked away. And next thing you know, you have M&Ms, brownie pieces, brown sugar, cinnamon, fruit punch Gatorade, salt, pepper, Cool Ranch Doritos, Tony Chachere's, pepperonis, mustard, ketchup, and a single peanut. And for some reason, we actually cooked this. Now, Paul's also the one that ate most of it. And found the peanut. Kind of like a king's cake.
And a Dorito.
You know? Paul's had some weird food. Like Philmont. What was it you had, Paul? Peanut butter and what else? Nutella, apparently. So, Paul decided that it was a good idea to go get his wisdom teeth taken out before Philmont. So half the food he wasn't able to eat on the trek. That was a fun one. I'm trying to think of something for the other two. I don't know, Nathan's always pretty quiet. He doesn't do weird stuff. Like Ben, who jumped into mud. Yeah, that picture of us at Northern Tier in the mud, at one point in time, Ben just jumped straight into it. Mm-hmm. You're lucky you didn't find a stick. What did Clayton always do? I can never remember. I don't know, he annoyed me a lot, but it was fun having them.
Oh, boy.
All right, I'm going to be a minute since I have to do mine and my dad's, because my dad decided he wasn't able to show up. So I'm going to start with my dad. So for Paul, my dad is the cooking merit badge. So my dad was like, I need something from you, I need something from you, I need something from you. Last minute, my dad goes to the meeting, and here's Paul bringing brownies. After my dad already gave him the thing. So my dad got him cosmic brownies. Again, for some reason, my dad got Ben food too. So there was one camp out where Ben, with his mom's help, made teriyaki chicken for us. My dad really enjoyed the teriyaki chicken a lot, so my dad got him chicken and teriyaki pre-dried. So now he can make it anytime he wants. My dad also got everybody else got little keychains. I'll put it on your box in a minute. But now we're going to go to my stuff. Let's start with Nathan. For some reason, there were so many memories of Nathan, but none of them were stupid enough to have a fun joke about. So I remember he was in my patrol, Raccoon Patrol. So I found this game called Trash Pandas. So that's what I got Nathan. Then I also got a game for Clayton, because I couldn't think of anything for Clayton too. And I don't know, nothing came to my mind, and I replayed a lot of card games, so I got him Red Light, Green Light. And now, for those of you who don't know Ben, honestly, this is my oldest memory from Ben. Here we are, coming back from a camping trip. We're in the car, I don't know, 4 hours maybe. In this 4 hours, I have got told about trains the whole entire time. Then there's another one with planes. Don't know why he knows so much about trains and planes, but he does. It's kind of crazy how much he can tell you about planes. So I always told the New Scouts, if you don't have 2 hours, don't talk to Finn about trains or planes. So I got him Thomas the Tank Engine. For Paul, somebody kind of yoinked what I was going to say. So as you already know, my man ate peanut butter for the whole entire time at Lake Philmont. Peanut butter, Kool-Aid, Nutella. That's what he lived off of. So I got him some peanut butter. And my dad also got all of them a keychain. So I'll put that on the boxes. That's all for me.
Hello. Obviously, I am not a Boy Scout. I think I teach Ben and Paul. I think Ben fundamentally misrepresented to me what a memory box was, because I have no Boy Scout memories with them. So I thought you were supposed to bring like a little present that was like a nice thing about them. So this really has nothing to do with Boy Scouts. I was only a Girl Scout for 6 months. I didn't even make it to the cookies. So for Paul, I got a globe. I teach AP European history, and Paul loves geography and learning about travel. And I wanted to get this globe for him because I wanted to remind him that you're not supposed to just learn about all these places, you're supposed to go see them. And I want to encourage you to spend the next few years of your life pursuing travel, pursuing those passions. It sounds like you've already done a lot of travel with Boy Scouts, which is really cool. So please continue to do that. And I don't know whose box is whose. I'm just going to put this in. And for Ben, I thought this is really too cute to pass up, honestly. Well, hang on. So it's a s'mores travel kit, because Ben always talks about his time in the outdoors and all the trips that he's taken. He talked to me about the canoeing trip that he did in Canada, which was really neat. And I figured you can always bring s'mores on a trip, or you can put other things in it too, like explosives if you're going to bring them, and not tell anyone that you've brought them, and then say, "You didn't know I've been bringing them all year to your class, Miss Gregory." No, I didn't. And so if you would like to bring them in this instead of a cardboard box, and also please don't tell me next time. I did ask him, why have you done this all year? And I never knew. And he said, well, it's better than leaving it in my car, because if it gets over 170 degrees, it could cause an explosion. And I said, well, that's a good point, Ben. So put anyone, whatever you want in this, but please enjoy all of your outdoor adventures. Don't lose that adventuresome spirit that you've had all these years. Thank you, guys.
Nope, one more.
Oh my goodness, what can I say about these four guys? So I've been with the troop just at about 3 years now, and so I've had the pleasure of getting to know all four of these young men and to see them progress through, and congratulations, guys. Nathan, I know that you and I haven't really had a lot of interaction together, but just the fact that you have attained your eagle today and have earned that honor tells me the kind of man that you are. So congratulations on that. Ben. So I had the very, very good pleasure of accompanying Ben and Clayton and Paul to Philmont in 2021. And for an old fat man, that was a bit of a stretch. I trained about 6 months beforehand so that I wouldn't totally die in front of these youngsters. And but they did a wonderful job. But I have little memories about each one. Ben, You know, I want to give you some advice from a very profound scholar, statesman, and all-around righteous dude, Ferris Bueller. Sometimes you just got to slow down or you're going to miss something, okay? So I was always on Ben about running through the campsites, running around in Philmont, because we're outside with rocks and branches and everything else. So Ben, take time to slow down, just enjoy the sights. Clayton, one of the measure of a man is not what he accomplishes, but what he instills in other people. And during our time at Philmont, you as our crew chaplain, you made sure that we kept our frame of mind in reference on where we at and out there enjoying God's beauty and his creation. Thank you very much for your leadership in keeping us mindful of why we were there and what we were there to appreciate. So you made a real impact on me and made a difference in my keep goingness that kept going. So thank you. Paul Masters, my buddy Paul. So I love Paul dearly. If he can keep up with his water bottle and ever learns how to pack a backpack. Because Paul, everything has a place and everything in its place. And I know that you're going to find your place in this world and you're going to do awesome and great things. So gentlemen, it's been a pleasure working with y'all and having this adventure of scouting with y'all. Congratulations.
Hello, I'm Ben's twin sister, and I am, in fact, real. Unfortunately, I can only talk about Benjamin because I don't know many other people here very well. But I can say, one time Benjamin taught me how to use a knife, even though I was terrified of knives and how to use them. Benjamin's always been like this cool brother that I have. He always calls himself his older brother, even though he's like a minute older than me. Even when he comes home from scouting or whatever other activities that he's been doing at school, and he's tired and he needs to take a nap before he eats dinner, he always seems so happy and proud of what he accomplishes. So seeing everyone here talk today about how much Ben has helped them and changed their lives makes me proud too. So even though I don't have much to say, thank you for taking care of him and making his experience amazing, and I'm proud of you. Okay.
I didn't get to go to any high adventures with you boys, but I took you to a lot of summer camps. And summer camps were always interesting. Being a school teacher, I was able to travel during the summers, and so we'd go spend our week in the woods, and we'd have a grand adventure. And it's always the weird parts of the memories that stick out for me, right? Like, why is Clayton standing outside of his tent at 9 o'clock at night? He needs to go to bed. Ben's changing. What? Ben's changing. I can't be in the tent while he's changing. Okay. 20 minutes later, Ben's outside the tent. Wrapped in a blanket. Ben, what are you doing? Clayton's changing. What? Every summer camp, these boys, if they tented together, had a changing rotation. And it was always late at night, when we're all supposed to be in bed, we're all tired from a day worth of camping, and these guys are out there, and eventually somebody is out there in a blanket or a towel because they've got their PJs on. Bless your hearts. The theme with Nathan was always, where's Nathan? You look at the pictures, and Nathan is in there somewhere, but we're always, where's Nathan? Sometimes he'd be asleep in his tent. Sometimes he'd be at the trading post. Sometimes he'd be working on some merit badge somewhere, but he was always by himself trying to figure out, where did Nathan go? Where's Nathan, right? And Paul had a thing about not wearing his clothes at camp. Paul, put your shorts on. What? Paul, you can't walk around like that, dude. I just took a shower. I'm going to bed. Can't walk around like that, Paul. Paul, put your shirt on. It's hot out. Paul, put your shirt on. Paul, put your shoes on. Don't walk around camp without shoes. I'm going to bed. Put your shoes on, Paul. Gentlemen, it's been a blessing. It's been an adventure, and I am very proud of you. And if there's anything to blame for the stories that were told earlier, look at the older scouts who showed you what to do, okay?
So, I haven't really known these guys for a while, but whenever I first joined in this troop, I remember I caught Ben and Paul in the hallway, and I was talking to them about how I should go on with my requirements. And they said, get your Eagle Scout before it's too late. And I just want to make sure that you guys know I will get my Eagle Scout. I promise you. All right? All right. Thank you.
Yes, I should do that.
Hey. So, I just have something small, kind of a token of gratitude, actually. So I had set for your quarter, like when you board review, like when you have to like prove that you earned a rank, and then you get it. So for one of my very recent ones, I got there and I realized, oh, I don't have my socks, because you need like these cool socks. And so I called Ben up and I was like, hey, can I borrow your socks? And so he said yes, which meant a lot because it meant I could get my rank. And so I have a little thing to pay him back with, which is clean socks. So thank you.
I'm real glad Paul and Ben are here because everyone's got everything to say about them, and me and Clayton are here. Is that louder? Oh, okay. So I have a nice thing to say about Paul. On our very first summer camp, directly after we had gotten off the bus, we were taking inventory of everyone. We were making sure everyone was here, and that everyone had everything from the cars. And in that check, we come to Paul. And in the spirit of Paul and his lack of clothing, directly after we landed, Paul is missing a shoe. We don't know where his shoe went, but Paul is missing a shoe. And so I honestly don't know if he ever found that shoe again. But that's the first camp out we were ever on together. And he loses a shoe 5 minutes in.
All right. I know these people. I've been with them for a while, although Nathan's an enigma. Anyway, I have things for them to put in their boxes to memorize. Remember? Remember, yes. Starting off with Paul. The story was lightly touched on. Paul had his wisdom teeth removed, as Ricky said earlier, during the Philmont trip. And he ate a very bizarre types of food. And one of my biggest memories about Paul, because my brain's shot, is that he ate an entire thing of Kool-Aid dry. So I'm going to give him this wonderful Kool-Aid packet. So he'll remember his delicious snacking. Propane? Oh, it's Propel? But it had the Kool-Aid man on it. Okay. All right, that's Paul. Nathan. This is a joke because I can't figure out anything about Nathan because, like whoever said, I think it was Anyway, he's never there, so we couldn't really, he missed all the jokes, unfortunately, and he wasn't on any high adventure. So I got him a towel. I was on the phone with Ben, and I was trying to be, what are we supposed to do? Well, I can't think of anything. And he's like, I can't think of anything either. So I was look over at the aisle, and I see this towel. And it says, I love inside jokes. I'd love to be part of one someday. And we're like, Nathan, he's never been in anything, and we're so sad. But now Nathan can be part of an inside joke by not being part of one. Irony and paradoxes, baby. And then, oh, the towel. My bad. It's from The Office. I never watched The Office. It's Ty. Do you want me to open it up? Okay, I'm opening it. Look at this. It's opening. Here we go. And you can use it too. That's mine. Hold on. There's like three of these.
Towel.
Stop looking at your watch, man.
Still kind of crooked.
All right, that's enough. Enough of that. Now, Ben, you've been around here for a while. I could go on a long, embarrassing stories about fires and flames and death, but we cannot do that. And instead, I can tell you who you really are. Throughout my scouting career, you've been very much like Spock to me. Both good and bad. You've been very by law and meticulous, so sometimes it's annoying when you like raise a, not coup against me, but like, you're like against me in elections and stuff, but in the end, you always come back, and you always are a true friend, and you always will, you realize sometimes you put your logic ahead of it, like Spock, and you'll turn around and you'll be like, all right, I'm sorry, and you make it up, and you are always there for me when I need you, so. I lost it. Oh, here. I got you a Captain Spock action figure. There wasn't the blue one, there's only this one, but. The one where he dies? It's a great new adventure, Ben. Deal with it. He comes back, it's fine. Yeah, he comes back after that. Man, I saw he was captain, and I was like, look, Ben, you're a captain now. No, he dies. Okay. Anyway, but I got you Captain Spock, because you'll always remember you've always been like Spock to me, so.
We should be about done. We could probably do the rest at dessert. You got one? Okay, go ahead.
Two of the boys, one of them for Ben. I vividly remember being on a camp out. I was his merit badge counselor for fishing, but it was at Double Lake, and Double Lake had dried up, and so they had refilled it, and they'd stocked it with fish, and they were all about that big. Little tiny fish. And Ben was having a heck of a time trying to catch a fish in there. So I had these little tiny hooks. I gave him a little tiny hook, and he was able to snag one of those fish and ate it. And you'll probably see pictures of it on the slideshow later during the dinner. Anyway, I decided that it's good for him to have a promotion, so I've got him a big hook. Now, also, I'm really proud of my son for what he's done. And I was in Scouts when I was a kid, but I didn't make it all the way through. Things happened to the troop and happened to my family, so I wasn't able to complete everything. I got the star. But I saved all my badges, because the time that I was there was just the most wonderful time that I ever had, being on campouts and being with the boys, earning badges and not being too hard to get a badge, but I could actually get them. And I even made it to Philmont, and so what I want to do is I want to give Clayton my Philmont patch, and then all the other patches that I have saved all this time.
All right. Eagle Scouts. The process of earning one's Eagle Scout award does not end with this ceremony. I have confidence that you will honor Scouting with your life and service as today Scouting has honored you. The eagle soars high and seeks only the lofty peaks. As the Eagle Scout, you too must soar high. You must not swerve from the path of duty. You must strive to obtain that which is highest and noblest in life. All right, now I'm going to call Reverend Leanne Williams to give us our benediction and blessing for our dinner. Thank you.
Well, I'm one of the pastors here at Atascocita Methodist, and both literal and figurative dumpster fires notwithstanding, it is our privilege and our joy here to host 3 scouting units, the cornerstone of which is Troop 56. And they have a very long legacy of producing fine young men, such as these 4, who make such a positive impact on our community. And so I'm a mom of 4 scouts, 5 if you count Steve, one of whom became an Eagle. And so I know how special this evening is. And I'm so glad that we could all be here to share it with you guys. And I just want to say congratulations. Let us pray. Almighty God, we gather today with such joy for the journey that these boys have been on, and we give thanks for all of the leaders and the parents that have poured into that journey, and we give thanks for all the friends that they have made along the way. I ask tonight that you would bless Benjamin and Clayton and Nathan and Paul, that you would bless their future endeavors, walk with them wherever their lives take them, and grant them your strength, your compassion, your wisdom, and your love. And may all of us gathered here be committed to the scouting ideals which instruct us to lead better lives. May we, like these boys, follow our own trails and discover who we are by striving into the unknown, always remembering the majesty and the beauty around us that was created by you. As we go forward in our evening tonight, we ask that you would bless the food, bless the hands that have prepared it, that it would strengthen us to continue to work for your kingdom. We pray in Christ's name. Amen.
All right. Trevor, bring the color guard for the colors, or retire the colors, please.
Color guard attention, scouts attention. Audience, please rise. Color guard, forward march. Color guard, halt. Color guard, prepare to retrieve the colors. Color guard, retrieve the colors. Scout salute. Color guard, reform. Color guard, return to post. Color guard, halt. 2. Scouts at ease, color guard at ease. Audience may be seated.
All right, this concludes our Eagle Court of Honor ceremony. There's some reminders that there's tables out there for each scout that you can visit. They'll be calling tables for dinner to go up and get your dinner. And also, we'll be sharing more stories with dessert, with cobbler and bluebell. Right. Thank you for supporting Troop 56. and coming out to this Court of Honor. Thank you.